Today in the joy of editing, it's the vignette lens filter in Nic 8 Color Efex. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to the joy of editing with Dave Kelly. We're continuing our journey through Nic 8 Color Efex and we're taking a look at vignette lens. Vignettes are a simple but powerful way to guide the viewer's eye. They help you keep attention on the subject by gently shaping brightness around the edges of the frame. In this video, I'll show you how to use this filter to create a natural lens style vignette that looks clean and intentional. And I've got several different examples in this video so you can see how it works on different types of images. And here's a quick heads up, if you're thinking about Nic Collection 8 or any DxO software, you can grab 15% off new purchases with my code Dave Kelly. Links are in the description and you can try any app free first. If you use my links, I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Now, a quick note before we start. Early in a raw workflow, we often remove lens vignetting, so we're working with a clean, even exposure across the frame. Then, near the end of the editing process, we'll add a vignette back on purpose, more subtle and controlled, so we can guide the viewer's eye exactly where we want it. We'll start out with this architectural image. If you look to the right of the interface, this is where all our filters show up. Right now, I don't have any filter, so if we come over to the left side of the interface, you'll see all of our filters here in alphabetical order, or we could come up to the search bar, click and type in vignette. And now you'll see we have 3 different vignette filters to choose from here, and we'll be looking at all of them, but today we're looking at vignette lens. So let's click the plus and we can see it's added to the filter stack. Now these are the default settings. It looks like we're looking through a telescope and we don't want that, but this is a good starting point. Just a quick note, Nic 8 Color Efex has a few different vignette options. Today we're focusing on vignette lens because it gives you a clean, natural lens style vignette, perfect for when you simply want to guide the viewer's eye without adding blur or extra styling. The other vignettes can add things like blur or color effects, but this one is all about keeping it subtle and realistic. Now let's check out all of the adjustments we have. First off, we have this checkbox. If you click here, you can uncheck it and shut off the filter. Click it again, turns it back on. Now our first adjustment is the amount adjustment. If you move this to 0, there's no vignette. If you move it to the right, sometimes you may want to add a little bit of a light vignette, for a dreamy look, or move it to the left of 0 and you'll darken it up. If you ever need to reset the filter, you could click the hamburger menu right here, and you have 2 choices: reset filter, keep local adjustments; reset filter, delete local adjustments. I don't have any local adjustments yet, so I'll just click right here and reset it. Now, why I say this is a good starting point, it's a rather strong vignette, but if we come here to shape, we can adjust the shape, and the darker vignette helps us to see it. We can even make it darker to really see that shape, okay? Now, if I move the shape to the left, we have a circle. If I move it to the right, it starts to turn more like a rectangle. You see that? So you can adjust and alter the shape. And for this image, I may want to go over to maybe right about here. And now we have size. Now we can adjust the size of the vignette. Move it to the left, it expands out. Move it to the right, and it draws into the image. And maybe right about here. Now there is no transitional adjustment. It's a basic minor vignette, emulating what a lens would give you. Okay, so they already have that set up for you. But right now the amount is too strong. So I would come back to amount, and let's just dial in the amount. I don't want a light vignette, but maybe just a slight vignette. Now, if you can see the vignette, you've probably gone too far. You just want to have a hint of darkening around those edges. And maybe right here at minus 15%, let me shut this off. Here's before, and now here's after. And this causes the viewer to stay into the frame. In other words, they're not going to go out. See, if I shut this off, you can just go all over this image. But if I turn it back on, we're keeping the viewer into the frame. They're forced to look at the image, and that's important. You want them to stay a while and look around. And we also have a brightness slider right here, so you can lighten up the image a little if you want to, or darken it down, or double click it and set it back to 0. I may just darken this image down just a tiny tiny bit, maybe like -5%. Now you also have a place center. If you click on here, you could go anywhere in the image, like right here, click, and you'll start the vignette from that point and work out. So if I click this again and click right here in the image, it goes right in the center of the image. And I believe by default, it starts out at the center of your image. And now you also have an opacity slider that if you feel your effect is too strong, you could take the opacity. I always say take it the whole way off and build it up slowly and stop where you think it looks the best. And I'm going to leave it at 100%. I think that looks pretty good. I'll shut this off. Here's before and here's after. A vignette is a simple way to keep the viewer's attention where you want it. Without it, the eye can drift right out of the frame, but a subtle vignette helps hold the viewer in the image longer and keeps the focus on the subject. Now, let's try it on this portrait image. This time, I think I want to add a light vignette around here just to keep with this dreamy glow happening around here. So let's see what we can do with this one. I already have the vignette filter added to the filter stack. Right now it's off, so let's click the checkbox and turn it on. Now that's a dark vignette at the default setting. I want a light vignette. So let's take the amount slider. This time we're going to drag it to the right. Once we hit 0, we'll start to put a light vignette around there. So what I want to do is keep dragging this over to right about here. Now I think I need to adjust the shape. So let's see what shape looks the best. And all I do is drag this and stop where I think it looks good. And I'm thinking it looks good maybe right about here. And now the size. If I drag this to the left, the size increases. If I drag the size back to the right, now the vignette starts to come into the image more. You see that. And maybe I'm going to bring it into maybe right about here. Now I played around with place center and I like it just the way it is right in the center of the image. But what I don't like is how my darks are getting light down here. But we could fix that with a luminosity mask. Let me show you how to do it. Come down to local adjustments and look for this button right here. Click it for luminosity mask and click anywhere in the image because I want to do something right now. We picked that luminosity value right there, which sits right there. What I want you to do is uncheck the link because right now, if I click and drag this bottom handle, everything goes with it. You see that? Or if I drag the top handles, they all work together. Okay, and I don't want that. I want that unlinked. So let's click this. And what I want to do is take this top handle the whole way over into the light tones and then take the left top handle and drag it the whole way to the left into all the dark tones. If you need to protect highlights, you can work with these handles. If you need to protect shadows, work with these. I'm going to take the top handle and watch the dark area here as I start to move it. This handle will stay where it's at. Basically, what I'm doing is removing the dark shadows from the vignette. You see that when I get right over to about here, they just go away. Now you can finesse this. This is for feathering right here, the bottom handle. So I can take this over a little bit more and then take the feather the whole way over like that. Now let me shut off the vignette. Here's before and here's after, but I've protected the dark areas. I think a nice light vignette on this image really works out well. And now for the final example, a landscape image. Now I highly recommend that you wait till near the end of your edits to add a vignette. That's really probably the best time to do it. Now, I have the vignette lens filter in place over here. Let's go ahead and turn it on. And again, this is a good starting point. I'm going to take the amount the whole way to the left so we can really see the shape of the vignette. And now when I adjust the shape, that's a circle. And now let's move it to the right and it becomes more rectangular, you see. And I would probably want a rectangle shape pretty much on this image right like this. Now let's adjust the size, maybe somewhere right about here. Let me pull the shape back a little bit. Yeah, to somewhere, maybe right about there. Now let's take the amount, let's drag it over to 0, which is no vignette. Now let's just add a slight amount of vignette. Remember, you don't really want people to have that vignette screaming out and saying, look at me, I have a vignette here. Let's go to -10. Now let me shut it off. Here is before and here's after. It's very subtle, but again, it's going to keep the viewer looking into the image so they can wander around and see the beauty of your image. And that's what a vignette is all about. The previous portrait example was more creative where I added the light around the subject to give it a slight ethereal glow around the edges. But in this case, we just want to keep the viewer into the frame. Well, there it is, Vignette Lens in Nic 8 Color Efex. You can see how a subtle, controlled vignette helps keep the viewer's eye on the subject and adds a nice finish polish to the image. I showed you a few different examples so you can get a feel for how it behaves across different photos. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please give it a like and share it with your friends. If you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe, click the bell notification icon, click all so that you receive all notifications, and then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll get notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today in the joy of editing with Dave Kelly, and I will see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.